Hello my fellow working class heroes, good day. I am Carlo and welcome to Carlo Excels. These are the objectives of this episode. Today we're gonna talk about the basic date functions, which are the today function, the month function, the day function, the weekday function, the year function, and the date function. We're gonna talk about their definitions and their various applications. Let's start with the today function. The today function returns the serial number of the current date. For the today function, the function name is today, and there are no function arguments for the today function. What exactly is the today function for? The today function is very handy in Microsoft Excel if you want to be able to display the current date. When I say current date, I mean the date today without having to manually type the date today. So let's try the today function out. Here on Microsoft Excel, you will see I'm gonna type in the function name, which is equal sign, of course, and then the function name today. So the today function does not need any arguments, so all you have to do is do open parenthesis and then close parenthesis and immediately press enter. So when you press enter, you will get the date value of the current date. Since I am recording this video on February 12, 2022, it gives me back the date of February 12, 2022. And of course, because this is date data, you can of course change the formatting of this like so. Say for example, I want the full date, like for example, say Wednesday, March, this one. So you will have here the full date, which is Saturday, February 12, 2022. Just so you know, when you use the today function, what Microsoft Excel is actually checking is the system settings in your computer. Now let me demonstrate that. So right now, the system settings on my computer, as you can see on my screen, the system settings on my computer says that it is Saturday, February 12, 2022, because that's when I am recording this video. So if I change the date and the time, for example, to February 14, 2022, and then I press OK, so the system settings now is February 14, 2022. So you will notice that it hasn't changed yet. But if I enter another value or update my Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, of course, Microsoft Excel will then recalculate all of the data from all of the cells. And when I press enter, you will now see that Microsoft Excel has adopted the latest change in my system settings. So I put the settings back to where it is. Right now, it is Saturday, February 12, 2022. And in fact, it is approaching midnight as we speak. Now it's midnight, and now it's February 13, 2022. So you will see here that if I try to recalculate this sheet again, it is now Sunday, February 13, 2022. Let's proceed to the month function. The month function returns the month of a date represented by a serial number. The month is given as an integer, ranging from 1, which is January, all the way to 12, which is December. For the month function, the function name is month, and for the function arguments, you need just one. You need the date data. So back here in Microsoft Excel, let's try the month function out. So let's call out the month function like so, month, and then open parenthesis. So for the serial number, what Microsoft Excel is asking for here is the date data. So the date data can be manually entered here, or you can simply point to a cell that already has date data. For example, I'm going to point to this cell over here, and then close parenthesis and then press enter. So you see, of course, that the result of the month function as we entered like so is 2. That is because Microsoft Excel's month function returns a number from 1 to 12 based on the month that you pointed to. So because the month of the date data that I pointed to is February, January, February, so that's number 2. That is why the month function returns 2. If this was March, then this would be 3. If this was October, this would be 10. If this was November, this would be 11, and so on. Next, we have the day function. The day function returns the day of a date represented by a serial number. The day is given as an integer ranging from 1 to 31. For the day function, the function name is day, and for the function arguments, you have just one, the date data. Back in Microsoft Excel, let's try the day function out. So, calling out the day function like so, equal sign, and then the day, like so. And then, Microsoft Excel is now looking for the date data. So we can enter the date here manually, or we can simply point to a reference that already has a date value, like so. And then when we press enter, you will have here 13. And why does a date function return the value of 13? Well, that's because the date that you are referencing is February 13, 2022. So because the day of February 13, 2022 is 13, that is why it says 13. If the date data, for example, was January 12, then the day function will give you 12. If the day was July 7, then the day function is going to give you 7. So it all depends on what day it is of the month. Let's proceed to the weekday function. The weekday function returns the day of the week corresponding to a date. The day is given as an integer, ranging from 1, which is Sunday, to 7, which is Saturday, by default. For the weekday function, the function name is weekday, and the function arguments, you have two. The required arguments here is the date data, and then you have an optional argument, which is the return type. So let's try the weekday function out. Let's call out the function name, which is weekday, so equal sign, and then the function name weekday, and then open parenthesis. Once again, you can enter a date here, or you can point to a cell reference that already has date data. So let's point this here on cell B2, and then let's immediately go to close parenthesis. And when we press enter, you will have here a value of 1. And why is it returning 1? Because today is Sunday. By default, the weekday function returns a number based on the days of the week. So by default, 1 is Sunday, 2 is Monday, 3 is Tuesday, 4 is Wednesday, 5 is Thursday, 6 is Friday, and 7 is Saturday. But please note that Microsoft Excel also gives you the option to adjust the number that you will receive based on the weekday. This is what the return type is for. So say for example that you want 1 to not be Sunday, but you want 1 to be Monday. You want the count to start on Monday. So 1 is Monday, 2 is Tuesday, 3 is Wednesday, 4 is Thursday, 5 is Friday, 6 is Saturday, and 7 is Sunday. If that is the case, you will see on the screen, you give back the return type of 2. Or you can also give back the return type of 11. If you want, for example, the count to start on a Friday, for example, you want Friday to be 1, Saturday to be 2, etc., etc., then you can give back the return type, you can set the return type of 15, and so on and so forth. So let's try that out. What if, for example, I want the count to start on Monday? So 1 is Monday, then 2 is Tuesday, 3 is Wednesday, etc. So let's try that. Weekday function, like so. And then once again, we reference the cell that has a date data over here. And then let's press comma. Let's specify the return type. Once you press comma, Microsoft Excel already gives you the return type options over here. So you can pick what you want. So in this case, we want this too. We want this, numbers 1, Monday, through 7, Sunday. Let's click that. Let's click that, double click that. And then you already have here 2, which is the return type. And then let's close parenthesis here. When we press enter, we get the value of 7. Because in this case, in the return type we specified, Sunday is counted as 7. Next, we have the year function. The year function returns the year corresponding to a date. The year is returned as an integer in the range of 1900 to 9999. I already mentioned in a previous episode that as far as Microsoft Excel is concerned, dates are stored as serial numbers. The lowest possible date that Microsoft Excel can calculate and deal with is the year 1900, and the highest possible year is 9999. That was something I mentioned in the previous episode, which was about the value, date value, and time value functions. By the way, the link to that episode, which is also very important when it comes to calculating date and time, is located. You will find it in the descriptions part of this video below. So let's try the year function out. So how do we do that? Let's press equal sign, and then let's call out the function name, like so, year. And then once again, it's looking for date data. So let's try referencing to already existing date data over here at B2. And then when we press enter, we'll have here the value of 2022. That is because, of course, the date that you are referencing has a year of 2022. And last function for this episode is the date function. The date function returns a sequential serial number that represents a particular date. The date function is most useful in situations where the year, month, and day are supplied by formulas or cell references. For the date function, the function name is date, And for the function arguments, you have 3. We're gonna need the year, the month, and the day. Let's try the date function. So let's press the equal sign, and then let's call out the function name like so, and then open parenthesis. So it's looking for 3 arguments, as you can see on the screen. It's looking for the year, the month, and the day. So let's try a year. Let's say 1999, like so. Let's try entering constants first, so 1999. And then let's specify the year, let's say 10, a month, the 10th month, and then let's say the 4th day. So, if you close the parenthesis after entering all 3 arguments and then press enter, you will have here the date, October 4, 1999, because that is what you specified in the date function. So, of course, this function returns date value. So, because this is date value, once again, we can right-click and we can format it according to what kind of date formatting we want. So, let's say, for example, we want the full date, the full formatting, which has the weekday, the month, the day, and the year, like so. So, October 4, 1999 turns out to be a Monday. And of course, the nice thing about the date function is, instead of using constants, just like what we did a while ago, we can actually use cell references for this. So, let's redo the date function. So, instead of stating a constant year, let's do the year by doing a reference. So, for example, let's try this as the year, and then let's try this as the month, and then let's try this cell as the day. And then let's press enter. Of course, it's giving back a num error because we haven't entered the values in the cells we referenced yet. So let's try entering values there. A while ago, we used October 4, 1999. So let's try their year, 1999. And then for the month, we have October. And then for the day, we have 4. So now that we have 1999, 10, 4 here, the date function is now returning to us Monday, October 4, 1999 as date value. So the funny and quirky thing regarding Microsoft Excel's date function is we can actually use it to calculate time minorly. So let's try this. If the basis year is 1999 October 4, what is 15 months? 15 months and then 36 days after October 4, 1999. So October 4, 1999, 15 months and 36 days later, what will the date be then? So we can actually try that out. So 15 months after after October, so all you'll have to do is add these together. So adding these together, the answer is going to be 25, like so. And then if you add these together, 36 and 4, you will have the answer of 40. So if the basis year, once again, if the base year is October 4, 15 months and 36 days after October 4, 1999, the result is going to be February 9, 2001. There are actually more ways to calculate dates in Microsoft Excel. So with Microsoft Excel, you can calculate dates, you can calculate ages and birth dates, things like that. So that is going to be discussed in a future lesson. So once again, please subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss that lesson when it comes. So that's it for our lesson on the basic date functions, which are the today function, the month function, the day function, the weekday function, the year function, and the date function. Once again, I am Carlo, and this is Carlo Excels. Thank you very much for watching.